The driver approached the closed bridge, which had been raised for a boat to pass, and the passenger got out to push up the gate. Once he got back in, the driver reversed and sped toward the gap, attempting to jump the bridge, but the car plunged into the water below. The driver, a 23-year-old, was trapped inside and drowned, and the passenger escaped the car but also died in the river. A thin tube with a small camera is inserted into your rectum. It's generally guided through the large intestine, while the camera sends live images to a monitor for the doctor to examine. As the tube moves through your colon, the doctor looks for abnormalities like polyps, inflammation, and bleeding. If needed, small tools can be passed through the tube to take tissue samples and remove any growths. Metal brackets and wires were fixed onto the jawbones, completely locking them together. This procedure prevented people from consuming normal food and forced them to survive on a liquid diet. Patients often lost a significant amount of weight, which was the whole point of this procedure. But this method didn't actually address any long-term eating habits. And when the wires were removed, unfortunately, many patients regained the lost weight. A woman stepped into the street and began to dance uncontrollably in 1518. She danced for days without stopping, and soon others joined her. Over 50 people were swept up in the bizarre dancing frenzy. The dancers moved with such intensity that some collapsed from exhaustion, and a few might have died from heart attacks and strokes. Local authorities were baffled, believing it was a curse or divine punishment. Now, they tried to cure the dancers by encouraging more dancing, thinking it would expel the madness. But it only spread further, lasting for over a month before mysteriously fading away. A man swam down to the glass window of their underwater room and held up a note. It said, "I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you. Will you marry me?" His girlfriend giggled as he showed her the ring, but as he tried to swim back up for air, something went terribly wrong. He never made it back to the surface. The resort confirmed that he tragically drowned while free diving during this proposal. He strapped himself into the chair and began his ascent into the sky. Soon, the man found himself drifting into the controlled airspace of an international airport, 16,000 feet up. Commercial pilots spotted him and notified air traffic control. But the freezing temperatures and thin air were a serious problem. To descend, he shot several of his balloons with a BB gun, controlling his fall. Once he landed, he was quickly arrested for breaking multiple aviation laws.